DJ General Mills.
Normally when we start the show, we go right into, we're excited. We talk about, everything that we're going to do. Then we go into a video mix. And then, we do the normal show. So today, right now, we're still getting the news about King Von. And if you don't know who King Von is a rapper from Chicago. And he was unfortunately gunned down last night, 26 years old, real young. And seeing how this is, is a constant thing. I just didn't want to go right into like a video mix. I didn't want to just go right into, the party atmosphere that we normally do. I want to talk about this because unfortunately this is a bigger issue than what is led to believe. Not specifically just the issue of actual King Von himself, but just overall. King Von was, like I said, was killed last night, and we're literally just about to jump right into it. King Von was killed last night at a hookah spot in downtown Atlanta. Now, I don't know the name of the hookah spot, but I know exactly where this is at, because when I first moved to Atlanta, this was one of the first places that I actually DJ'd at. So I'm very familiar with this place. Looks, I saw the surveillance footage. I saw the video, what happened. Basically, he got into it with an altercation. His camp got into it with somebody else's camp. And from that, some shots rang out. And unfortunately, King Von was shot and killed. Now, he wasn't the only person shot and killed. Apparently, there were some other people as well. There was one more other person who was shot and killed as well. 2 other people were shot. They're in critical condition. Another person was shot as well. They're in stable condition. 5 people shot total, 2 dead. And one of them was King Von. This is not the streets. This is Twitch. So we're not going to go into the whole who coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, this is Twitch. It's not the streets. But this just seems to be like a cycle, right? This year alone, we've lost FBG Duck. We've lost Pop Smoke. Gun violence is not new in hip hop. It's gonna forever be a thing that in hip hop is going to just be a constant, especially from our rappers who are from Chicago. I'm born and raised in Chicago. I always tell people, Chicago is it's a mob city. It's a city that unfortunately it was built on violence. Similar to other cities in the United States that are known for their violence as well. New Orleans, DC in the 90s, New York in the 80s. They were built on their violence. Chicago right now has been violent all of my life. I lived there. I used to watch the news, and watching the news on just a day-to-day basis was just death and murder and killing and all that other stuff. So this is not news to me. This is not something that just shocks me or anything. I know it shocks a lot of people in the world. It just doesn't. It doesn't shock me. What's unfortunate is that this was a rising star who just dropped an album Friday. I think yesterday when we came back for the show for the first time in a week, I actually played his new record with Polo G. So, this kind of hits you when the artist was in your face, smack dab right there, and they go through something like this. On top of that, it wasn't like he was at home dealing with this beef. Apparently, from what I'm seeing, this was a club appearance. He was shot at a club appearance after he had just made some money, promoting his new album. And I get it, in a pandemic, you can say whatever you want to, but the young man was eating. It's unfortunate that this is a constant cycle that has to consistently happen year in, year out, just for people to be like, okay, rest in peace. When is enough, and then it goes back into the cycle again. First of all, I want to say rest in peace and condolences to his family, to his friends, to anybody who knows him. But seeing how this happens, this is a cycle. Like I said, just this year alone, losing Pop Smoke, who was, arguably the biggest newer rapper out for this year. I mean, his album is still, I believe, number one, if not number one, number two, number three. And so for King Von, who, like I said, was a rising star, somebody who was moving up the ladder, moving up the charts, it's just really unfortunate. And like I said, I saw the surveillance footage, and I will say this, Atlanta was very quick to put out everything, because there were rumors that he was killed by the police or that he was killed by some other people. But Atlanta's very quick to put out the footage. They were very quick to put out the footage. And so I saw the footage. I saw the surveillance footage and everything. And it's just, like I said, it's all unfortunate. It's all bad. Just everything that happened. I do wish that I don't know, man. I do wish that some people understood how serious this is. I think a lot of people are joking. I saw, some celebrities, some artists joking about this passing. There's nothing to joke about. This is a constant thing that unfortunately is just a constant cycle in hip hop. It comes with the territory, and it shouldn't. A lot of these rappers are, they rap in their real life. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like King Von was just the cleanest of rappers. Nah, he rapped about just the real stuff that he dealt with. But growing up in a time where I've seen, the death of Biggie and Pac and Nipsey, major artists who they died due to street, issues. This is a guy who I was just hoping would be able to outgrow this. It just doesn't happen, and it's unfortunate that it's another Chicago rapper. Chicago is always known for being a dangerous city and being a violent city, but here's a guy who escaped Chicago, went out to go make money for his family, and still gets caught by this. Like I said, all of this is just unfortunate. It truly is. There's nothing positive about any of this. I would hate to be any of his friends. I saw the video of Lil Durk being on live last night, just, listening to music in his car, turning up, having a good time. And then next thing you know, somebody put it in the chat, in the IG chat, and his whole mood changed. And he got off his IG live. That I would hate to be in that situation. I would hate to be in a situation where we're finally out of the hood. We finally feel like we've made it. We finally feel like, all right, cool. Like, I got my family out. Like, we're great now. We're good. And you're not. Like I said, I don't think that this is obviously this is not an isolated event. You can go on Twitter, go look at all the rumors and everything like that. But at what point are artists gonna move past this? At what point are the protection gonna move past this? I mean, from what I saw from the video, there should have been better protection on both ends. I saw that, I read in the report that was in Fox News that there was 2 off-duty officers and 1 on-duty officers, but there was a complete shootout. This guy is making his money. At what point, there should have been better security. There should have been better ways of de-escalating the situation. It's just all unfortunate for a guy to leave his own city, his own camp, go to another place, go make some money, and then he's still caught up in something like this. This is huge news. We were celebrating in Georgia. We were celebrating the fact that Georgia turned into a Democratic state, which we'll touch on later on. So to go from that to this, we were celebrating that. So go from celebrating, your wins to, remembering the ones that you've lost. It's all really unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. Nobody deserves to be shot and killed. Nobody deserves to go through any of this, and nobody deserves to lose people. If you've never lost anybody, then you're not going to understand how this feels. If you've never seen or seen friends go to jail constantly, or family members go to jail constantly, or just people just that you love and you want to be around just constantly go through things like this, you'll just never understand. So I mean, like I said, rest in peace to his family, to his friends, to anybody who loved him, who knew him. But eventually this is gonna have to stop. And I know that that's something that people constantly say. Like, they constantly say, this has to stop, this has to stop, this has to stop. I mean, either we can say this has to keep going, or we have to figure out a way to make this stop. Because he, like I said, he was in Atlanta, Georgia. He's not even at home. He's out making money. He's out getting money for his family. He should not have been caught up in anything like this at all. So it's really unfortunate. So like I said, normally we would have started off the show with a mix or something like that. But I just didn't deem that was right. I really want to talk about that. I really want to talk about the things that are constantly hitting our culture. Like I said, we've lost a lot just this year alone. Hey, 2020 has been hell this entire year. 2020 has been hell for everybody. But in this culture where, there's just constantly things negatively going wrong, here's a guy who just released his album last week. He just released his single. He was pushing, and now he's gone. I'm mourning for his family. And like I said, I'll reiterate again, he was by far nothing. He was not innocent of anything in regards to just being the nice angel or whatever. But no man deserves to die in cold blood after making money for his family or doing whatever. Eventually we gotta figure this out. Eventually we just gotta figure this out. So I just want to talk about that before we get to the normal show. So rest in peace, King Von.
DJ General Mills.